This week we're building a step thingy in here. I've already started. So we're building a bit of a frame and it's just going to sort of come out here a little bit, sort of round here-ish, something like that. The main reason for it is to extend this a little bit for young Jensen here and his brother Miko, so they can just lie up here and be a bit more comfortable. So got to raise this, put a sheet of 10mm ply on it. Bob's your uncle. Happy days.
As per usual, I forgot to film a bit. So this is the first little upstand bit, and then that's a temporary bit of wood just to show the profile. So here we are building one of those upstands. So it's literally just 2 strips of wood and then 4 little uprighty bits that you screw into it. So then I screw the upright bits in from essentially the bottom.
Yeah.
And then we fit it into place. Make sure it's all square with the engineer's set square. I think that's what it's called. And then we screw it into the main floor. So your screws have got to be long enough to go through the wood battens and the wood floor, but not so long that they go through the wood floor into the metal floor of the van and put holes in it. And you see me back out the screws, so when you screw down, initially the battens will lift up slightly, but then it'll create the hole in the floor, so then you back out the screws a little bit and then go through and it brings them tight together. And then you screw on the top batten. And then once you've got enough battens on the floor, you bring in the wooden step. And then you get your engineer's compasses and scribe in the front edge. And then minding the cars that drive past, you get your jigsaw out and chop out along your scribe line. Wave to your neighbours. And then you do a quick scribe line along the back, because no panel on any van is ever perfectly straight. And that is a lovely fit. And then draw a pencil line underneath along your edge batten and chop that bit off. I didn't talk about the front edge strip. That's just simply a thin bit of, I think, 3.5mm ply screwed at one end and then pushed up against and screwed at the other end essentially, and that gets you your curve. And then you draw that curve onto the underside of the ply and cut that off. And it's me just walking on it to make sure it doesn't drop down too much in places where there aren't actually battens, to make sure I don't need to put more battens in. There will actually be a seat on this anyway, so you're not going to be specifically standing in one spot realistically. And then a bit of sanding just to soften the edges a bit. Slide it back into place and screw it down.
Pretty happy with that.
And then we just have the front little piece to finish off. So again, scribe along the front edge, and then get your jigsaw and cut along that scribe line.
Well, that didn't work.
And then get your pencil and follow the contour of the step.
That did. Oh, I think that'll be fine. Top job. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you build a raised little step thingamajig. It's not going to be finished in this hardwood ply. We're going to have like a flooring covering on it, and then there's a bench seat to go in here. But this just gives the boys, the dogs, a little bit of extra room for them, because they're going to want to lie here. So we'll cover this nicely with something pleasant, and then they can just sort of sprawl out here, and then Mika will sit on the chair here, because that's what he'll do. And then yeah, kitchen exactly where you are, shower to my left or your right. We're making progress. So if you like this one, hit the like button, give me a comment, let me know what you think, and hit the subscribe button please, it really helps me. Cheers.